This man abandons his poor new wife to get involved with a rich, beautiful woman. But that rich woman is already in a relationship with someone else, and the man is nothing more than a toy to her. Failing to live a simple life, he wants to return to his wife. He finds out that his wife has not only won a villa worth 50 billion, but has also acquired a wealthy friend who is a son from a rich family. Yu asks Jessica about the evidence of David's crime. Jessica says the evidence is hidden inside her son's doll. In exchange, she asks Yu to help her send her son to be raised at a relative's house. As their conversation ends, Yu is shocked to see the tattoo on Jessica's neck. He remembers that the same tattoo was seen on a man at the car accident years ago, which killed his parents. Realizing that the car accident was not accidental but was done deliberately, a sharp pain suddenly strikes Yu's heart. He could barely stand. Fortunately, Mai Li catches him just in time. He tells Mai Li that the car accident was likely orchestrated by his uncle and Jessica together. Mai Li supports his suspicion. She had just overheard a colleague of Ming Tang recalling that, 20 years ago, Jessica was an employee of Ming Yun Tang and his father's secretary. Perhaps the two of them started plotting back then. Yu goes to Jessica's house and meets his uncle, who had come to steal the evidence. He asks his uncle if he really killed his parents by causing the car accident himself. The wicked uncle, arrogant about having the evidence in his hands, confesses everything. He says that many years ago, when Yu's father found out about his and Jessica's affair and wanted to fire him from Ming Tang, the uncle, in anger, joined hands with Jessica to seize Ming Yun Tang and caused a car accident that killed Yu's parents instantly at the scene. He proudly states that the statute of limitations for investigating this case has expired, so even if Yu knows the truth, he can do nothing. But as he proudly steps out of the gate, he sees the police standing outside the door. The police arrest him for the Ming Yun fraud and embezzlement case because David has already been caught, and his phone contains a recording of the evidence of the fraudulent contract created by the trio, the uncle, Jessica, and David. The uncle tries to claim he has nothing to do with it. Yu steps outside and tells the police that the uncle is actually a conspirator to murder, because the statute of limitations for his parents' car accident case has not yet expired. Saying this, Yu produces the video of the police officer taking a bribe. In the video, the police officer says he will help the uncle delete the video footage of him fleeing after the car accident, and that the case will be closed due to lack of evidence because the uncle had fled abroad. When the uncle was under investigation for fleeing after the car accident, he escaped abroad with the help of the police. Every day he spent fleeing abroad extended the statute of limitations. Therefore, the statute of limitations for this case has not ended. The police investigation reveals that the uncle not only murdered Yu's parents but also killed the head of finance. Ultimately, he is found guilty of multiple crimes and is sentenced to death. Yu takes Mai Li to his parents' graveside and tells them that the uncle has been caught, which will bring peace to their souls. At the same time, he introduces Mai Li, who is to be his life partner, to his parents. Mai Li promises that she will stand by Yu and never leave him. After finishing their respects, the two of them go to the vice chairman and confess that they initially pretended to be husband and wife to get the villa. They are now prepared to return the house and bear all the consequences of breaching the contract. Mai Li finally feels relieved after confessing, but since the vice chairman's expression remains normal, she thinks he might have already caught their lie. Mai Li decides to leave to stay with her sister. Yu says that her sister's house is too crowded, and his house is very spacious, and asks Mai Li to stay with him. When Mai Li fails to understand his hint, he takes a step back and says that from now on, he will drop off and pick up Mai Li from work every day. Just as this issue is resolved, some good news arrives. The grandmother, who had been unconscious, suddenly wakes up. Yu, his aunt, and nephew happily sit by the grandmother's side and wait for her to recover quickly and return home. The aunt apologizes to Yu, saying that for so many years, she has always been harsh on him and failed to fulfill her duty as an aunt. If Yu has suffered, she and her son can move out. Yu holds his aunt's hand and comforts her, saying she doesn't need to blame herself and that they will always be one family. Meanwhile, The colleagues at Unseo Company organize a housewarming party. Both Yoo-ju and My-lee are invited. The two of them go to the supermarket together to buy fruit as a gift for their colleagues. While laughing and choosing fruit, they suddenly see that the colleagues they are about to meet are also here. My-lee quickly turns around and pulls Yoo-ju to hide, so they can't be seen. Yoo-ju says discontentedly that they have to hide even while dating, and asks My-lee to publicly admit to their relationship. My-lee says that she hasn't told her colleagues yet, and if she reveals it now, they will definitely scold her. She will reveal it after talking to them. Midway through the meal, everyone starts playing truth or dare. Yoo-ju can't hide his feelings. When asked if he has a girlfriend, he immediately admits it. When it's My-lee's turn to be asked if she has a boyfriend, she avoids the question by drinking. When asked when she last kissed, she drinks again. She avoids all questions about the relationship by drinking. Yoo-ju, angered by My-lee's secretive behavior, walks outside with a long face. When My-lee comes looking for him, he says that My-lee doesn't want to admit him as her boyfriend, to make it easier to pursue someone else in the future. My-lee quickly pulls him closer, saying that she couldn't say it out loud because this handsome man is hers. Actually, everyone had seen them while they were at the supermarket. They were deliberately playing truth or dare to see their reactions. A male colleague had even seen the two of them hugging on the stairs of Mingyun-tang. Now, a female colleague also realizes that the couple they had seen wearing wedding outfits at the photo studio were Yoo-ju and My-lee. The colleagues all shout and ask when they first met. Yoo-ju takes My-lee's hand and proudly shows that their relationship started in childhood. After the relationship is revealed, the two live happily. After the party, they return to the villa together to pack their things and leave. Meanwhile, the ex-boyfriend who is suffering the consequences of his actions is in a very bad state. He can't find any work. He holds the time My-lee bought him and recalls all the glorious days spent with My-lee. Emotions like regret and hatred mingle together. He comes with remorse to try and reconcile with My-lee, but sees My-lee hugging Yoo-ju. Intense hatred flares up in his heart at that moment. He swears to take revenge on the two of them. Unknowing, My-lee wakes up in Yoo-ju's arms. When she tries to get up, Yoo-ju holds her tightly and tells her to sleep a little longer. When she wakes up again, she sees Yoo-ju making breakfast in the kitchen. A feeling of happiness envelops her. She hugs Yoo-ju, feeling as if they are newly married. Yoo-ju promises that he will keep My-lee like this all her life, love her, and cherish her until her hair turns grey. After eating, Yoo-ju drops My-lee off at work. My-lee gives him a kiss and reluctantly says goodbye. After Yoo-ju leaves, My-lee gets a call from her ex-boyfriend. Annoyed, she cuts the call directly. Angered by this, the ex-boyfriend quickly publishes an article online and says he will hold an urgent press conference to expose the fraudulent actions of the Mingyun-tang heir. Journalists see the article and want the scoop, rushing together towards the press conference. As soon as My-lee sits down at her workplace, she receives information about the upcoming press conference from her ex-boyfriend. She immediately calls Yoo-ju and tells him the situation is serious. Yoo-ju turns around and quickly rushes towards the press conference. By then, the press conference has already begun. The ex-boyfriend, pretending to be an ordinary citizen, alleges that Yoo-ju has engaged in a series of fraudulent acts to obtain illegal benefits worth billions of won, and he will expose everything here. The ex-boyfriend, under the guise of an ordinary citizen, alleges that Yoo-ju has engaged in a series of fraudulent acts to obtain illegal benefits worth billions of South Korean won. The ex-boyfriend claims that Yoo-ju seduced a married woman and, in collusion with Mary, fraudulently acquired the department store villa. The ex-boyfriend also displays a certificate proving his marriage to Mary, which shows they are still not divorced. However, all this was his rehearsal. In reality, not a single journalist showed up in the massive hall. He anxiously waited for the reporters to flock, trying to portray himself as a victim, but he didn't know that all the journalists had rushed to the court and didn't have time to pay attention to him. In fact, the issue of the department store mayor being illegally bribed was exposed. The mayor was caught, and the department store also had to take responsibility. To evade liability, the representative pinned the blame on the white manager, making him the scapegoat. The white manager had always endured the representative's scoldings and beatings, patiently believing that the representative's father had taken him in from the orphanage. The white manager sincerely explained to the representative that there should be a limit to gratitude and that he shouldn't ruin his own future. Thus, he surrendered himself and confessed that the illegal bribery of the mayor was done at the representative's command. Hearing the news, the representative was furious. He was worried that the white manager would also reveal the matter of the villa, because earlier, to gift a villa to the mayor, he had asked the white manager to arrange to take the villa back from Mary. Knowing that the villa had not yet been transferred to Mary's name, he immediately ordered his employee to transfer the villa to Mary's name and ensure that the house was an event prize from the beginning. But the employee gave him bad news. A crazy person was trying to expose the fraud allegations related to the villa event by holding a press conference. The representative was worried that the press conference would draw attention to the villa, and if anything was revealed, he would immediately be in trouble. So, he ordered that crazy person, meaning the ex-boyfriend, to be handled. The ex-boyfriend, who was then immersed in self-satisfaction, saw the department store's lawyer instead of reporters. The lawyer showed a legal notice for filing a lawsuit for defamation and obstruction of business operations. He demanded compensation for the business losses caused by the defamation. Seeing the amount of 10 billion compensation clearly written on the white paper, the ex-boyfriend was utterly stunned. Crying and wailing, he rushed to Mary and knelt down, begging for help. He said that it was impossible for him to bear such a huge amount of compensation. Mary clearly stated that she did not have the ability to pay this compensation and calmly informed him that she and Yuju were very happy and that they should sever their relationship and have no further contact in the future. After seeing off the ex-boyfriend, Mary immediately submitted the divorce application and finally officially ended their marital relationship. Coming outside, she felt as if she had expressed her feelings and was breathing the air of freedom, and then ran to embrace Yuju, who was waiting for her. A sense of peace came to both their hearts. Yuju accompanied her to the villa to pack her belongings, and they prepared to leave. The two of them looked back at the luxurious house and thought about how many things had happened there. Yuju thought that since the department store hadn't taken the house back, Mary might have stayed there, and asked her if she regretted giving up the house. Mary smiled and said with relief that she had received something more valuable than a house, and that was Yuju. After Yuju's grandmother was discharged from the hospital, her first act was to call Mary over for dinner at home. However, as Yuju was preparing to take Mary to his house, his secretary informed Yuju that the grandmother had asked only for him to enter alone. Yuju lied that his grandmother was unwell and asked Mary to return first and come to visit another day. In reality, the ex-boyfriend's mother and sister had arrived there first, before them. The mother and daughter had seen a journalist go to the ex-boyfriend to find out about the secret he wanted to expose. Because of the compensation claim, the ex-boyfriend didn't dare to take any further steps and lied that there was no secret news, sending the journalist away. The mother and daughter thought the ex-boyfriend was hiding something, and after being pressured, they finally found out about the relationship between Mary and Yuju. They rushed to the grandmother's house without telling the ex-boyfriend and informed her that Mary was divorced. They exaggerated the situation and insulted Mary as a bad woman. Hearing this, the grandmother asked Yuju about it. Yuju told her everything from the beginning and proved that Mary was a good girl who had been cheated by her ex-husband. After hearing Yuju's account, the grandmother needed time to process these issues, so she decided to meet with Mary another day. Mary thought that the meeting was cancelled due to the grandmother's illness, but after receiving a message of apology from her ex-boyfriend, she learned that the ex-boyfriend's family had met with the grandmother. She became worried, afraid that after the secret was exposed, the grandmother would not allow her to marry Yuju, and she fell into a lonely depression. Just then, Yuju came to her. After hearing her worries, Yuju took out the family ring given by the grandmother and carefully placed it on Mary's finger. He informed her that the grandmother had advised him not to let go of the person he truly loved. The grandmother had cancelled the earlier meeting only because she needed a little time to process the matter. After their misunderstanding was cleared, The two sweetly hugged and kissed. Their two hearts came close to each other without any barrier. But when Mary's mother found out that the ex-boyfriend's mother and sister had ruined her daughter's marriage, she could not tolerate it. She immediately took her younger daughter and went to the ex-boyfriend's house. Seeing the mother and daughter in the neighborhood, she immediately started pulling the ex-boyfriend's mother's hair. The four of them started fighting, and the situation became completely chaotic. Later, the grandmother met Mary again. Before this, she had sent her aunt and her son to find out about Mary's family background. They reported that Mary's mother is a kind person who, despite earning money with difficulty by selling small foods, is still eager to help poor children. Therefore, Mary, her daughter, must also be good. The grandmother completely removed all doubts and, after fixing their wedding date, quickly arranged their marriage. In the presence of family and friends, Ju and Mary held each other's hands and made the sweetest promises on earth, and this is how the drama finally concludes. Be sure to comment on how you like the drama, and to watch more new dramas, please like, comment on our video, and subscribe to the channel. See you in another new drama. Everyone, take care.